I'm doing good. So when you, obviously, you were in Kick-Ass, and now filming another one. When you walk into like a comic book convention, like New York Comic Con or San Diego Comic Con, like the doors open and people are just like, do you know what I mean?
I mean, I personally have never actually walked through the doors,
Okay,
so I
that's
wouldn't
true.
know. But I know that I do have a lot of amazing fans here, and I know that I have a lot of amazing fans at like Comic-Con, WonderCon, New York Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con. Like, I have a lot of amazing fans that are really rad, and yeah, I mean, I'm sure that they'd open a door for me.
Well, you know what I mean, though. It's
I mean, they'd probably like throw blood on me and be like, haha, Carrie.
I don't think they would do that. I would think you'd have the autograph thing going on for a while. Maybe 1 or 2 minutes.
Yeah, maybe 1 or 2 minutes, not 3 or 4.
Exactly.
Just 1 or 2, okay.
1 or 2. You'd have one thing.
Yeah, one fan.
Jumping into why I'm actually before I get to talk to you about that, with being a Comic-Con, is there anything that you collect? I always ask this of everyone. Like, or you go on eBay and you're looking around for it, or...
Like a collecting thing?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not really a collector, but I'm a gamer, I guess, in the different sense. So, like, I actually did a voice on Dishonored. You know the video game Dishonored?
Yes.
I played the Empress. I was freaking out. I was like, what? Like, you want me to be a part of this? I was like, yeah. I mean, whatever, I'll do that. I'm not interested in anything.
Right, exactly.
Like, freaking out, right? That, like, the new Assassin's Creed, like, I'm obviously gonna collect that.
Are you Xbox 360 or PS3?
PS3, I know, it's a little blasphemous, right?
No, I think both work.
I know, but gamers freak out sometimes.
Yeah, you know, but Xbox is Xbox Live, and that's better.
Yeah, it is. For online gaming, yes. But I like the controller, and I like the graphics better on the PS3, you know? I'm like less of an online gamer, and more of like a strategizing, like go through the missions gamer type thing. That's more my thing.
I do actually understand that. I like the PS3 because it has the Blu-ray player.
Exactly, so doubles.
No, right, I use it for that.
Bang for your buck.
Right, I actually have both, so I'm cheating. Now, do you have both or just the PS3?
My brother has an Xbox in the same house.
Okay.
And I have a PS3, so it's like, yeah, I am kind of cheating because I can play both.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, like, I like the Xbox for like Halo and stuff.
Sure. I think like both are great. I'm not really a Wii person, but I do like Wii bowling.
Yeah, Wii's fun. Wii tennis is fun. That type is fun. But I'm not like, I need a controller, you know? I like being able to just do that. I don't want to have to like, I don't have to use my arms, you know?
Wouldn't you also agree, I didn't mean to get into gaming, but wouldn't you also agree though that like, I love games, but I do think that there's something missing when it comes to like the simplicity of games. I think when you have to use 18 buttons.
Yes, I agree with that, where you have to go through category to category to category just to get a sword.
Yes.
That's very hard. That's confusing to me, and I don't like that.
Right.
I wish it was just like button, hit, button, hit, button, hit. But now like there's like 3 different buttons for just sprinting.
Right.
And there's like 6 buttons for jumping, different types of jumps.
Yeah,
like,
I'm completely against that.
That's a little annoying.
Right, and I think that's the reason why like Super Mario still kicks ass.
But yeah, because you just go, yeah, it's like one button,
right.
one button, like that's it.
Right,
you know?
that's it. I really strongly feel about it.
Yeah.
I have strong feelings.
I have strong feelings about this.
Right, I have to talk to you about your movie.
Actually what I'm here for.
Right,
not
exactly.
just gaming. Okay, I get it.
Were you a little bit apprehensive about signing on for it, or is it a project you're like, oh, I'm doing this?
Yeah, well, you know, what happened first, I went in for a meeting with MGM, and they came to me and they were like, we're going to remake Carrie. And I went, okay. What does that entail? You know, and you kind of do that thing where you're like, who's going to be directing? Because obviously that's like a major part of it. And my major part of it was, well, I like to see the script, and then I like to see the director. And I found out that it was Kimberly Pierce, and that's when immediately I went, oh my god, yeah, this is a real project. This is a project that I would be interested in doing because it's going to be a real acting piece. And then from there I read the script, and that's when I read the script, I completely fell in love. Because it was only like a first or second draft, and it was already amazing. And it was already this beautifully sculpted script. And that's immediately when they went, well look, here's the thing, you know, you're 15, this character's 17, 18, you're probably not going to get the role because you're too young. And the studio doesn't want minor because of time issues, the list goes on and on. And I went, you know, watch me, you know, watch me, I'll do this. And I went in with Kim, and the first thing we did was we had a meeting together at Lemonade, right around the corner. And I went to Lemonade, and I had this big folder, and I'd read the script, and I read the book, and I had this big folder of all my ideas. I had all the ideas on Carrie, all the ideas on everything written down on this huge folder of like 6 pages. And I went in, and Kim and I sat there, and we talked for like 5 hours. We just talked over the character, talked over life. We were crying together. It was such a beautiful experience we had together. And then we met 2 more times, and then I went in and I auditioned for her. And the whole time we were speaking every day on the phone about the character, everything on the phone. We were beating out the script together. We were doing everything together practically. And I was still in the audition process. And the first time I went in, I auditioned. I was like shaking. I was so nervous because it was like a character that was so. I really wanted this character so bad, and I knew that I was the only one that could do this character, and I knew that I had to do this character. And I went in, and I did the audition for 3.5 hours.
Wow.
And I was like, these scenes where I was like crying and I was breaking down, and I left and I had like rug burns all over my body because on this one scene I was like crawling on the ground, and I was like doing this. I was working with this actress that was like just hired for the audition, and she was the Margaret, and I was like screaming at her, and I was like doing all this stuff, and it was so crazy, you know. We were just doing everything, you know, we were doing everything. And then Kim calls me the next day, and she was like, it was amazing, but can you come in one more time? And I was like, oh my god. I was like, okay, I can do this. She sent me a couple new sides, and she wanted to see, because we did all the really strong stuff, she wanted to see the more vulnerable side of it too. So she sent me the more stuff with like Tommy, and the more, you know, the sweeter stuff in the script. And I went in, and it was another like 4-hour audition with Kim. And it was like not only just Kim and I, it was like Kim and I and the producers and like MGM and Sony and like everyone, right? And eventually I left. And then I went home, and I flew to New York that night, and I had to go to this event. And I got home from the event that night, and Kim sent me an email. She said, I need to call you. Can I call you? And I was like, oh god. Okay, I can do this. Because Kim is incredibly intense, and she, you know, she's the most amazing mind. You know, we can just talk for hours on life, in any subject, you know, anything. And she calls me and she goes, so I'm sure you've already heard. And I went, no? What do I need to hear? She's like, your agents haven't told you? They're like, no, they told me that no, MGM won't tell anyone. No one's telling anyone anything. What's going on, Kim? And she was like, you're my Carrie. And I was like, oh my god. I was like freaking out. I was like screaming at the top of my lungs. I was crying. I was like, oh my god. I was like, because this is something that I've never fought so hard, and that's what I love doing, is fighting. And I love proving myself, and I love going in and going there for a character and really being someone that I'm not, you know, like really transforming myself into a character that I'm not.
Sure.
And I was so elated at being picked for this role, because I knew that what Kim and I would discover and what Kim and I would create would be such a wonderful thing that when you watch this movie, it's nothing that you've seen from me before. It's something that you've seen from Chloe and gone, oh, I've seen that, and like, let me in, you know. And you've never seen this from me as the actor. You've never seen this character before, which is what's so special for me about it.
I have like 16 more questions about the film, but I only have another minute with you, so I have to ask you about what you're filming right now as a fan and as someone representing my readers. Talk a little bit about what you're filming right now, and how is it going, and how does it compare to the first film?
Well, I'm filming Kick-Ass 2. Obviously.
Right, yeah.
And it's amazing. You know, it's interesting because I'm filming it with Jeff Wadlow's the director on this, and not Matthew. Matthew's executive, he's producing it. And you know, what you're going to see from this movie, from Mindy's perspective, is you're going to see more Mindy. You know, in the first one we saw more Hit Girl. You're going to see a bit more Mindy, and you're going to see her realize, you know, God, what was I doing? What am I doing? Who am I? Am I Hit Girl? Am I Mindy? What is my mask? Is my mask Mindy, or is my mask Hit Girl? You know, am I supposed to be this normal girl who just goes to school and has a great life, or am I supposed to kill people and be a vigilante and be someone who fights crime? You know. And that's what you're going to see, is this kind of this tug of war between the two kind of minds of her, between Hit Girl and Mindy McCready. And then you're going to come to the conclusion of who she is, and then, you know, that type of stuff. And then on the Hit Girl aspect, you're going to see a lot of cool stuff. You know, the outfit is much cooler. The hair is cool. It's same purple, you know, purple obviously.
We've all seen the set photos.
Well,
they're all out there.
You've seen them, so it's pretty cool. It's rad. It's rad.
There's a lot of superheroes.
There's a lot of them, but you know, for me, it's really cool.
Definitely want to ask you. There's a lot of rumors that I gotta wrap with you, but there's a lot of rumors that Big Daddy might make an appearance.
No, I don't know what I'm supposed to say about that, but I mean.
Okay, say no more. I will say though, my last thing for you real quick. What are you already thinking about for the future? Because I would imagine you're being offered a lot of scripts, and it's a question of what do you want to do? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, well, I'm taking this December off. After I finish Kick-Ass, I'm going to go on vacation with my family and stuff, and we have many a great scripts and many a great storylines that I'm really looking forward to looking at and reading. And honestly, it's just trying to find what is the right next step. You know, I took 8 months off before I did Carrie. Took 7-8 months off, you know, and I did a whole press tour. I did Dark Shadows press tour. I did Hugo press tour, and I really took a lot of time to mull over what my ideas are and what I should do next. And then Carrie came along, and that's what I went for, you know. And that's that's what I'm really gonna look at next, is figuring out what is the right next step.
Totally. I got to wrap with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I mean, it's